Hello, entrepreneurs and Philippine accountants. Good evening, and welcome to another amazing interview with one of our top Bedrock students. I'm coming to you live from downtown Metro Manila, and I have to tell you, I'm so happy to be in the Philippines because the other day I was in a Grab and I saw a Christmas tree in the department store window. We in the United States, we don't start seeing that until December. So it's like Christmas. Christmas is early, and it
Yeah.
feel good. So tonight we have Vanessa Sarco, one of our top students from our 5-week Drake tax software course. She was in batch 8, and right now I think we're on batch 11 or 12. So we've had a bunch of different batches, taught a lot of Philippine accountants how to do tax using our Drake tax software. So, how are you, Vanessa? Thank you for taking the time to be interviewed.
My pleasure. I'm doing great. Thank you.
Yeah. So, let's start by saying how proud I am of you because it's hard enough to bring up your questions and make yourself seen and heard in the classroom when there's other students there, and it's one of the biggest what would you call it, obstacles that I've had. And what I've learned is that Filipino people are mostly shy. And I know from my own experience, it wasn't easy to learn how to get on camera. Believe it or not, I wasn't always like this. When I first started, it took me years to get comfortable talking on the camera. So I appreciate the fact that you agreed to come on and be interviewed. So thank you.
Right. It's something that I have to overcome.
Yes.
I have to face a challenge.
Yes, and that's true with everything. That's true with people in the United States. It's true with it doesn't matter where you are. Even the most gifted, talented speakers in the world still get nervous before they go on. And I know this for a fact because I've met some of them. I've met people like Les Brown and my friend Craig Doswald who teaches people how to get on stage and talk and get in front of the camera. So it's public speaking is one of people's biggest fears, and if you could get over that, uh, you're way ahead of other people. And I bring this up because it's actually part of what I teach in my courses. We don't just teach, the technical skills. We're teaching people like you how to get US clients, how to deal with them, because things are a lot different now, Vanessa. Things are different than they were 4 or 5 years ago. Everything is done on video. So
Right.
if if you can't get comfortable on a video, uh, you're at a big disadvantage. Let's just say that. So thank you for that. So let's start out with where are you from?
I'm from Hilongos, Leyte.
Okay, I don't know where that is. I'm
It's
still
near Cebu. Like it's 4 hours by.
okay. I know where Cebu is. Okay, so
Yeah.
tomorrow I'm going to Davao. We're flying into Davao, and we're going to see one of our team members. We're going on a short vacation. So you're 4 hours from Cebu.
Mhm. Yeah, by ship.
Okay, by ship.
Yeah.
Is that?
By
Oh,
ship.
okay.
Yeah, ship.
Okay. So that means you're probably like halfway between me and Cebu, right?
Not really like we can see Cebu from our place. Like
Oh, really? Oh, okay. I got you.
Yeah.
Okay, so is that where you were born and raised?
I was not born in this town, but I was born in this province. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So what was life like growing up in the Philippines for
Oh,
you?
it was so difficult. Like in my childhood was very difficult because I lost my mother when I was just 5. So I was raised by my father by himself, and he didn't have um, a stable job. He was a farmer, so it was so difficult. But we were
Yeah.
able to overcome, and I was able to finish my studies um, as a working student.
So
Yeah.
you okay. You have any brothers and sisters?
Yeah, we're a lot. Like I have one brother and 5 sisters, so we're
Yeah.
7 siblings.
Yeah. I see that that's a lot of Philippine families have a lot of children. And when I was growing up, it was the same thing. My mother had 5 children. I had 3 sisters and a brother, and a lot of families had 4 or 5. We had somebody on our block that had like 12 children. It's not
Wow.
like that. Yeah, it's not like that anymore in the United States. Most people have 1, 2, maybe 3 kids. I had 3 kids, so uh, a lot of times I think, wow, the Philippines is like it was when I was growing up. Maybe
Mm.
that's why I like it here so much. So, where did you go to school?
In college,
Yeah.
I went to Rizal. I went to ICCT colleges.
Okay.
It's in Cainta, Rizal. I don't know. Have you been to Rizal? It's
Not yet. Not
it's
yet.
near Antipolo. Antipolo is part of Rizal, but yeah, it's in Cainta, Rizal.
Okay. I plan on visiting all of the Philippines. It might take me a couple of years, but I'm making it one of my bucket list wishes. So what did you? So now, did you take accounting?
Uh-huh. Yeah. I
Okay.
got my bachelor's degree there in
Yeah. So
accountancy.
okay. So I don't assume anymore that people went to college for accounting. Last week we had a student that actually went to school for engineering, and then she
Mm.
wound up. Now she wants to be an accountant. So she started taking. And the truth is, to do what I do to prepare taxes, you don't even need an accounting degree. Anybody could prepare taxes. All you got to do is you got to know how to prepare them. You need a couple of things. You need a P and an EFIN, but you actually don't need a college degree to do accounting and taxes. You need a college degree if you want to become a CPA. Okay, so I wanted to put that out there for any non-accountants, and we do have a couple of people saying hi. Hello, Zach. How are you? We have a couple of my teammates, Eileen, Agnes, and Mariko. They're supposed to actually be working now, so that I know that they're here. They see you.
Hello,
Uh,
everyone.
so, yeah. Uh, so you went to school, and then what did you do after school? Did you go? You said that you were working while you went to school, correct?
Yes, I was working, and I already had my 2 kids when I was studying, and I was working in a call center at that time. So I was working at night and studying during the daytime. And
So wait a second. So you're working, you're studying, and you have 2 children.
right.
So I want people to hear that, because when I've had people tell me, well, I can't get my project done because I have a child. And then we had a student once that had 6 children, and she finished a 13-week course. So I just like to bring this out because when people make excuses, that's all they are. They're excuses. If you want something, I don't care what your situation is, you can do it. You can. It might not be easy. It's not going to be simple, but you're living proof. You're living proof that you did it. How old were your children?
At that time, they were 5 years old and 3 years old.
Oh my God. I mean, they call no, they call it the terrible twos. But yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. Uh, I can't even imagine how you did it. I always say, listen, if you're a mom, you can be an accountant. You can handle U.S. clients because if you handle little kids, because that's what it's like handling U.S. clients. I'm telling you, it's like dealing with a 3 year old, and everybody on my team knows that for a fact. So yeah, you're in the right place. How old are the kids now?
I have four now.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So they are the eldest is 13, next is 10, and I have 3-year old and an infant.
Oh my God! So you still have your hands full. I guess you like having children.
Well,
So
it's a novel job being a mother, and yeah, it's
yeah,
very challenging to have many children. I think four is enough.
you
It's too
never
much.
know. You never know. That's up to you, your husband, and God.
Right.
Okay, so you get your degree, and then what did you do?
So when I was studying, I my first 2 years of studies, I was working as a call center, and then after that, I wanted to, you know, stay at home, work at home, so I can look after my kids while I'm earning. So I search online and end up being an ESL tutor when I was ESL, like
What's that?
teaching teaching English to Japanese, Taiwanese,
Oh, cool,
Koreans.
cool. My son did that for a year. My son, and that's where he met his wife. He went to Thailand and taught English to like little Thailand kids. It was really cool. So you did that online, right?
Yes, and
And
I also taught Tagalog and Cebuano.
oh
Yeah,
wow.
yeah, to
So,
Americans, to Europeans. Yeah. So
so you how many languages do you speak?
I speak English, Tagalog and Cebuano. Cebuano is a language or
That,
dialect.
that's three more than I speak. And Lou says she loves your accent. So all right, so you got an accounting degree and then you started teaching language. That's pretty interesting. But I could understand why, the idea of working from home, as soon as I found out I could do accounting remotely, that changed my life. That was like, oh, because I don't like commuting, I don't like driving, and,
Exactly.
and yeah,
I
and
don't like the traffic
yeah,
in
and
Canada.
also, I had young children at the time as well. So, working from home gave me, I could take them to school, I could pick them up, I could, you know what it's like. You don't have to drive to a job and be accountable to people. It's well, you still have to be accountable, but you're not. Uh, it was like a ball and chain to me. It was like a ball and chain. I wanted that freedom. So, how long ago was that?
Um, I stopped like just. You mean when
So
I stopped
how
since
long were you teaching the languages online?
I just stopped in like 2 years ago. Yeah, so I
And
I
then,
started 2016. I think.
And
And
what did so when you stopped, did you get into accounting?
yeah, because accounting, when I was teaching, I had, of course, I had to be on the camera to talk to students, and I had my kids around sometimes, so noisy around. And so I was praying to God that to give me a job that I don't have to talk to uh people, or like non-voice job, work from home
Yeah.
job. So I tried applying in Upwork, and for a part-time job, I found this client, and I was hired as a bookkeeper. Before that, I took a training. There's a lot of training bookkeep. Even though I have my bachelor's degree in accountancy, it was different when we were not taught how to use QuickBooks, Zero, accounting softwares. So I took that training, and then I tried applying up in Upwork, and thanks God I was hired, and as a bookkeeper in that company, which I'm still working in right now.
Oh wow. So how long have you been there?
More than a year. I had my anniversary last March.
Yeah, that was a shock when I got out of college. I mean, I learned a lot about accounting. I learned about the balance sheet, the income statement, uh, auditing, but they didn't teach me the stuff that I had to do when I got a job, which was bank recs, entering, doing bookkeeping. They didn't. I was like, oh my god, they didn't teach me this in college. So it was a shock. Uh, and I
Right.
think that's one of the reasons why you actually don't need to go to college to become an accountant and do taxes. They don't teach you that stuff. They don't teach you QuickBooks. Now they have Zero. Uh, I don't know if they're teaching it now, but they really should. They really should teach basic bookkeeping so that people are prepared, right? Uh,
Right.
so now you have. This is a full time job, right?
I started working as a part-time job because I only had like 10. I only had to work for 10 hours or more, but like it was part-time at first, but then um I was absorbed as a case manager after our case manager resigned due to some health issues. So my boss
What's a
asked me if
what does a case manager do?
I because it's an intelligence agency, so I like book travels for investigators. I
Oh,
send invoices, check expenses.
okay, so you're not just doing bookkeeping anymore.
Yeah, not just bookkeeping.
Okay.
I
So,
also
and
do.
is this a U.S. based company?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you got experience dealing with American people. Anna says hi. Mariel says hi. You have fans out there. So so now you got to taste it. So you've been a remote worker for a long time. Okay. You've been
Right.
in front of people, so you have a big advantage over people that are just getting into the remote working freelancing space. I hear the baby. That's okay. Uh, so, how did you find Bedrock, and what made you sign up for a tax course? Because you haven't done this before.
Right. So last year, I think that was September, um my boss asked me to help me with his tax. He was filing his taxes through TurboTax. So
Oh God.
he asked me to help him with it, and so um it took me like a lot of hours because I didn't know like the terms. He had a PPP loan, and I couldn't balance his accounts in TurboTax, and I was searching what's PPP loan, and then I found out that it was already forgiven, and it so I finally I was able to balance his book. And so after that, I asked him, like, I was searching online for tax courses so I can help him better. So
So
that's,
wait a second. So you were helping him with his business return?
yes.
Oh my god. So he's okay. He's one of those 25 million people that don't have an accountant.
Yeah, he's doing it by himself.
Wow. That takes guts. I'll tell you. Uh, I would never. One of the reasons why I went to school to become a CPA was I didn't want to have to go to somebody to do my taxes. Believe it or not, that was one of my motivations. So, all right. So now I see. So now you're looking for tax courses. How did you find us?
I think I found it through accounting peoples. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah,
I
that's
saw
where
it.
a lot of people found us.
Yeah.
So you
And
signed up. That was when, last September?
this March, I think this March.
Oh, March. Okay.
March, yeah.
So
Well,
you
I asked my boss to pay for it, and he did. So
so did
it
did
was,
he were you able to help him with his taxes?
yes, I also doing it right now because it's
So now this is the second year you're
September.
helping.
Yeah.
Okay, that's really cool. You're the first person that I've seen like actually help their boss do their own taxes. Uh, so what do you plan on doing with this knowledge now? Are you going to go out and get more clients? Are you happy with your position that you're working at now?
I'm happy with my position that I'm working right now, but I'm still an intern, and I think I will um complete the internship next year. So at that time, I will of course gain a lot of experience, and I'm planning to get more clients, and so I can work on my own pace.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you get involved with his payroll at all?
Um, he's using Gusto for that. I can just see the reports.
Okay, because
Yeah.
we have a payroll course now. Uh, I don't know
Mm.
if that would help you, but yeah, Gusto is
I'll be
good, but
doing.
you
Uh-huh.
still have to do it. It's do it yourself basically. They have a good platform, but it's still do it yourself, and they're not cheap. They're not cheap. Anyway, so now you're interning.
Yeah,
What what
and
is that like?
it's good. My colleagues, Miss Luz, Miss Kath, Miss Rona, and others are very helpful. Yeah, it's really good to have a hands-on experience working in a um, tax firm, and
Yes.
I can definitely use it in the future. And thank you so much for giving me that opportunity, especially Miss Eileen. I think, yeah.
No, thank you. Thank you. Our what we found was that our interns are valuable assets. And thank you. Thank you for working with us. And, you know, yeah, the experience, the hands-on experience, it's real life. You're actually dealing with real businesses, which is a lot different than when you're taking a course, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the course you can get something wrong and it's not gonna affect anybody's life, but if you mess up somebody's tax return, it's not gonna be good. But now you're getting the actual internal, this is what we do, and you're learning. One of the hardest things that we do is actually getting the information
True.
from our clients, right?
Yeah, sometimes they're not
They don't
responsive.
respond. They give us piece by piece. Yeah. So that's great. So I want to thank you for your time. This has been fun. Uh, what would you like to say to people that are out there that are thinking about taking a course, thinking about working from home? There's a lot of moms out there with children just like you, and they might not believe, they might not know that, hey, this is real. People are doing it. People are actually working from home. You know, you have the freedom to do what you want to do with your kids. You can pick them up from school. You don't have to worry, right? What would you like to say to those people?
So they can search a lot of testimonials online. Like it's a real thing. Like you can work. I like the theme song of Bedrock. Like you don't is that you didn't know you can make money from your home and take control of your is
Yeah,
that
that's
yeah, I
true.
like the song. Yeah, so it's true that you can make money working from home. And in the world of freelancing, it's always an important thing to upskill. Yeah, to have an edge against, because it's quite a lot of people who are planning to do freelancing. So it's very important to upskill so that you have an edge against your competitors.
Yeah.
And yeah, so for those who are planning to take tax preparation courses, I highly recommend Bedrock
Oh,
course.
thank you.
Yeah, it's
Thank you.
very helpful.
Yeah, and this is another thing I love, and my coach says it about the Philippine culture, that you're always hungry for knowledge, and that's another thing in the United States. When I was growing up, it was, what else can I learn? And it wasn't, we didn't have the internet. You had to really want to learn something, and the way we learned was through books. A lot of people read books, and they don't do that anymore in the United States. They're not looking to always improve themselves. And I read a quote somewhere that successful people are lifetime learners. So if you want to be successful, you always want to learn, and it's not just to have an edge over your competition. It's really for uh, personal growth. I read a lot of books, and none of them are about accounting. All about how to learn how to memorize things, how to get healthy. Uh, so
Mm.
yeah, that's great advice. Always upskill. And Eileen put a link in here. I don't know where it's to, but Eileen always has something good to share. I don't
YouTube.
know.
A
I'll
YouTube link.
find out after the interview. So, all right, Eileen. God bless. Oh, that's the Bedrock song. Okay, thank you.
Ah,
Yeah. So my friend Janie wrote that. She's no longer with us, unfortunately. So yeah, I'm so glad I asked her to write that, and it was actually a joke. It was a joke because she was a singer songwriter, and I said, it would be cool to have a song for my bookkeeping business, and
it's really cool.
I was joking with her, and then I said, "Wait a second, would you do it for me?" And she actually produced it. She went down to Nashville. She got a recording studio, and that. So I love hearing that song. So yeah, uh, didn't you know that you can make money from home? Uh,
And
and
yeah.
then what does she say? Why do we wait until tomorrow? You can do it today. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
yeah,
take action.
that's our story, folks. We're sticking with it. God bless. Thank you, Vanessa. Thank you to
Thank
everyone that's watching. Eileen, Mario, Luz. Who else? We had a bunch of other people here. Agnes, Deck. thank you, Deck. And who did we have? We had, I think, Mark. I don't know where he went, but yeah, Mark Dale. Thank you. Thank you all for watching. All right. Until next week, that's our story. Like I said, we're sticking with it. God bless and have a great